the original title I had for this message was Top 3 Ways to Mess Up Your Kid. But I thought, well, we're going to give it a little bit more positive spin, and we're going to call it the Top 3 Faith Busters. Okay? Top 3 Faith Busters. The first one is to model something other than love of God as your ultimate affection. Model something other than love of God as your ultimate affection. Now, I love that the theme of this event is Deuteronomy 6, and I know it's probably been read to you over and over again, but what I want to do is take certain verses that support each of these faith busters. And so if you look in Deuteronomy 6, which I believe to be the most timeless parenting advice that we will ever find, doesn't matter what book is out there. If somebody said, look, I have a chance to either get your book on how to have conversations with my daughter or God's holy word, I'd say, chunk my book. Get God's holy word, because this is the best parenting advice you will ever find. It trumps anything else out there. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, we hear right there at the very beginning in verse 4, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." Now, if you look at that verse right there in verse 5 of Deuteronomy 6, you see that word love. That Hebrew word is ahab, and it means to have affection for. To have affection for. I dare say that one of the problems we have today is that we seem to be centered more on the affection God has for us. Don't you like to hear that? I know I do. I know I'm greatly loved. Sometimes I forget how loved I am by the Father. But here we find in verse 5, it's telling us to love the Lord our God with our heart, soul, mind, and strength. Now, I find that interesting that in this passage that eventually talks about the need to impress God's commandments on our children's hearts, which we're going to get around to in just a second here, it starts first and foremost with us, mom and dad.